Well, what's up? This Dirtlife, you heard me? And we rocking with Nolazine.
If you ain't on Nolazine, you ain't on.
All right. So for the world, tell them where you from.
Oh, man, I'm from straight out of Salisbury, you heard me?
Gotcha. So for the people who never heard of Shrewsbury, I want you to tell them, how you get there. And like what part of, Louisiana that is in New Orleans as well, because, it was outside of New Orleans. But I'm just saying for the, but for the out of town people who never heard of Shrewsbury.
All right, Salisbury, you heard me? That's, you know what I'm saying? It's right there, the causeway, you heard me? Between Airline and JP. Jefferson Highway, you heard me? As soon as you leave out of P-Town, past Oxon the Hospital up, you're going to be dipping right there in Salisbury, you heard me? Yeah, it's our own section. It's called Salisbury, LA. Anything outside of that, I don't know, you heard me? Put it in Google, you'll find your way through there, straight out.
Gotcha. Well, but I'm young, but I've been outside a long time. The first time I ever heard of Shrewsbury was at Key West.
Yeah.
At Key West, but I also, hung in P-Town and Holly Grove, and I did a little more history of that. And I found out, but y'all used to be competing in sports and getting it on for a long time too.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm saying? For real though, Zine, you know what I'm saying? That bitch, we was real competitive, you know what I'm saying? Cause, we felt like we was on an island of our own, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? We didn't really do too many things to really gain all that, you know what I'm saying? The beef shit, the negative shit, you heard me? It was really that scene there was like a money area. You know what I'm saying? It was all about hustling, you know what I'm saying? And, trying to, and hustle and get to that mood that street niggas do, you heard me?
Gotcha. Because, in New Orleans for the longest, they always try to play, at the outskirts of New Orleans. Like, they try to play the Kenners, they try to play the Shrewsbury, the West Bank. But it's always someone from those hoods it stood out and made the city know what was going on around there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's that's just the way it go, you know what I'm saying? Because New Orleans is the whole, you know what I'm saying? Other state, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it's all the same to me, though. You heard me? I got family, you know what I'm saying, everywhere through New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? From the Florida projects, to the Calio, to the 17th, you know what I'm saying? So basically, at the end of the day, you heard me? It's all the same to me, you dig?
And I tell people, even though we have, outskirts of New Orleans, we the only city that we all have the same area code.
Yeah, we got the same area
code. We got
code.
the same area code. It don't matter.
We got the same
still
area
claiming
code.
504.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you go, I'm going to say federal. When you go to the feds, you heard me? I don't give a fuck. You from New Orleans, Salisbury, or Kenner, you're going to have 034. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to know, the homies from Baton Rouge, they're going to have 095. You know what I'm saying? That's going to let you know that they're from BR. You hear me? 034, you're going to know you somewhere in the New Orleans area.
All right. And a lot of people don't realize that, but there's two different type of ways you go to jail. You go to the state or you go to the feds. And the state, but you might rock with your city.
Mm-hmm.
But but when you go to the feds, you might have to rock with your state in your race.
Yeah. You definitely gonna have to rock with your state and your race. You know what I'm saying? The feds is based on, it's what you call that shit, not territory, but it's you know what I'm saying, the shit that's within your state. So, you know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck if you from Baton Rouge, you from Shreveport, you from New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when something pop off, it's gonna be a whole Louisiana thing. You know what I'm saying? When when you on the West Coast or something, you heard me? It's gonna be the point where you're gonna have to rock out and you're gonna be you're gonna represent where you're from, but at the end of the day, you're gonna fall under the umbrella of Louisiana. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So, but let's bring it back to your childhood. The first time you went to jail, and what happened and what happened the first time if you caught your real charge, where you had to go to to the state penitentiary or the feds.
Yeah, when I was, my childhood shit, it did, that bit was you know what I'm saying? I took it as a joke, you know what I'm saying, as a game, I was coming back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And I keep it real, and them times, the drug addiction, you hear me? It was that era, you know what I'm saying? I had a thing where I liked to, snort a little coke, you heard me? So, when I used to go to jail, it was some rehab type shit that was on me, you did? So once I go to Revard, I come back, be released for 2 weeks, come back with a dirty urine, they send me out again until the judge got tired of me coming back and forth and was telling me about my drug screening, you hear me? So I'm at the end of the day, look, bitch, y'all ain't really got nothing on me like that, so I'm going to be right back. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to go out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to smoke my weed, I'm going to pop my little pills, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to toot my little coke. I'm going to be right back in that bitch till you know what I'm saying? Till you lock me up and I can't get out that bitch, you hear me? So I looked at it was something fun to do at the moment, you heard me? Then you go upstate, you probably ain't seen your home in like 3 years. Something when you get on the yard, you see that boy be like, whoa, what's down, bitch, you heard me? Nigga like, bitch, what you doing in there? You heard me? Shit, you know, bitch.
You was drugging and thugging.
Yeah, drugging and thugging, you heard me? Real talk, you heard me? For real though.
Gotcha. So, you know, like, you know, so many people have this I'm like misconstrued things about, you know, the state and the federal. Like, you know, but like shout out Buff, we got Buff in the background.
Man,
you
shout
know,
out to my fucking cousin Buff, man. Y'all know
like
exactly.
a lot of people like Angola and the feds are two different things.
Yeah, Angola, that's gladiator.
Yeah, be like I tell them, I say I'd rather go to feds than Angola.
That's called Hunger Games. Angola Hunger Games, you heard me?
That
like,
bitch
yeah.
slave. They
that
still
bitch-
got
that
motherfuckers.
Yeah, see, like, you know, in the state, like, you know, the state got that feel. Like, you know, in the feds, like, you be like, them bitches, like, you doing real jobs and shit. They got Unico. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be, like, doing real jobs. So, like, it be reconstructing you. You know what I'm saying? And the federal, it's like some thing, like, in the feds, you got Central L. In the state, you got fans. You see what I'm saying? If you don't got that bunk with the fan that's really, you know, hitting you right there, you heard me? Like, you fucked in the game, homie. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, that's just how I roll. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between the state and the feds. And the feds is more connection. It's more different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Different people you can really, you know, come across and really network with, you know what I'm saying? State to state, 9 out of 10, when you in the state, you really just working with people from the bottom, from New Orleans, all the way to the top, the Shreveport. You know what I'm saying? You might have your few here and there, probably call it a charge or whatever, but the feds is most of the networking, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie to you, I always was told, I was never scared, but I was like, man, ain't no way about the people that have me picking cotton. Like, I ain't never heard nobody from the feds pick no cotton, but
Nah, you
when they
ain't
told me
picking
Angola, I said, damn.
Nigga, when
That's-
I went in
that's
that
some real
bitch,
shit.
when I went in that bitch, the man told me, catch the fence line. So I'm like, all right, what's the fence line there? So I catch the fence line, nigga told me goose pick. I said, goose pick? I'm looking at that boy like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Goose pick. Like, yeah, the nigga said, man, yeah, goose pick down, you hear me? So how he said it, it kind of really, you know, it made me feel some type of way. You dig? Like, he said down, like, you know, like a nigga a dog. So I'm like, goose pick. So I'm talking to home, right? So I said, what that boy mean when he said goose picking? He said, yeah, man, just pull a little, you know, the grass from, you know, from by the concrete or whatever. I said, boy, listen, boy, I'm about to go to the hole. I'm not about to be sitting there goose picking, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either you gonna goose pick or you gonna go to the hole. It's simple. And they start you out with goose picking and hunts.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You told me something, because I thought they just shoot you if you don't fucking do it.
Nah,
They tell you out there.
when you in the field, they got the gun range.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna have the, you know,
The
they're
gun
gonna have
line,
the,
that
yeah, the
thing.
gun line. They're gonna have them boys sitting on the horses and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have the swing blade, or either you're gonna be working on the hole, or you're gonna be working, you know what I'm saying, like what they call that shit on front line? Headline. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't want to be headline. Cause you know headline, you know, hey, if you worked headline, you know what it's in for.
Damn. Yeah, and guess what the crazy part is? You would think, like, you know, it would the younger generation to hear these stories where niggas that been in Angola and they'll be trying to move different, to change different. They be looking like they're ready to head that way.
Yeah, nigga be really wanna. Sometimes it takes self experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had homies, you know, older niggas was telling me about, you know, about that type of world or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, I was on the run at the moment, so either way it go, like I know I'm going through time when I get caught. You heard me?
Right.
And so nigga was like, you know, basically trying to tell a nigga how to change their life, but I couldn't change my life. My life was already fixed for the streets. You know what I'm saying? So when I got the self experience, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see that shit, bro, like, and you be like really in that bitch with niggas, when you start seeing niggas rap sheets and hearing how long, like, dude been like, I've been like 21 years, you know what I'm saying? It really make you reflect, like, you feel me? Like, say, homie, like, it's more to life. And some niggas rap sheets you see, man, them niggas shit gonna have deceased on that bitch. So when you see deceased on a nigga rap sheet, or you wanna see 0000, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling when homie gonna come home. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when niggas be filing their appeals, bro, it's only so long you can do that shit. Cause when you exhaust your remedies, it ain't nothing you can do. But do your time after that. Cause the courts denied every motion that you put in. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen that, being in the federal, you know, I ran across all the type of homies, the real OG homies, you know what I'm saying? And seeing niggas fight for their life. You know, I got a valuable lesson out that shit, you heard me? And my valuable lesson was to stay the fuck from out that bitch. You know You know what I mean? And that's like, you see that shit, it really fuck with your head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was on my case, you heard me? You know, I ain't never heard the judge tell me like 15 to life. You know what I'm saying? Like 15 to life. I'm like, man, bitch, y'all got the wrong nigga. You see what I'm saying? But you know, that's them type of numbers be life changing. You know what I'm saying? If you know that you built this type of way and this not your type of life. You know what I'm saying? That shit really ain't no nigga type of life, you dig?
I don't think nobody built
it. Ain't
life.
No nigga type of life, but you know what I'm saying? It's just shit that a nigga go through because, you know, it's a type of situations and environment that, you know what I'm saying, that a nigga be in, you hear me? So
it's kind of like what I tell like a lot of younger dudes, man. You know, when I came outside, you had to be like ready to be outside because niggas was outside was gonna test you. Like now they just playing Grand Theft Auto and going outside and like I was tough before I ever came outside. I had to take every consequence that come with this.
Facts.
They're not ready to take the consequence.
Like, you know, niggas not ready to take the consequence, you heard me? Nigga ready.
But nobody never told them. Like if you think about the younger generation, nobody they never had to go through nothing to claim they're a street nigga.
Yeah, cause you know, it's like this here, bro. I'ma keep it all the way 1,000. It's like what I see now. It's like the young niggas writing their own script. You know? The game was already written when, you know what I'm saying, in them eras when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? The game was written and it was just being trickled down to the next generation, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But you got, you know, at the end of the day, you got some young niggas that look at the, you know what I'm saying, the older niggas that, you know, that say they OGs and shit, but them niggas doing goofy shit too. So, and how these young niggas, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just give me gangster, like how these young niggas is today and their thoughts. It's like, what the fuck I'm gonna listen to you for? And nigga, you doing shit worse than me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of mind frame they be in. But when you got a real nigga that don't do goofy shit and know how to really, you know what I'm saying, put moves together and, you know, show them niggas an avenue. You know what I'm saying? Them the type of niggas they gonna respect. You feel me?
I just told someone, I say, man, I could tell who you been around just the way you move. Because if you a clown, you was, but your OG probably a clown. Because like certain niggas ain't gonna allow you to be around them.
That's a fact.
Like you can't be a sucker, you can't be no hater. If you a hating ass nigga, 9 times out of 10 you been around some hating ass shit.
Yeah, like that's because you been around niggas that like to gossip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas that sit around and like to gossip, them the type of niggas that, you know what I'm saying, you gonna become that type of nigga. You don't even must be knowing it, but you become that type of nigga. You
think it's cool because you around them. Cause like you know, I saw throughout the transition, most people start just respecting money. So it don't matter if you a rat, it don't matter what you is, like what kind of honor you is. The people start respecting it, but the dollar more than the actual individual.
And you know, that's the fucked up part about it, bro. Like, the game is, you know what I'm saying? The game is like, they idolizing these niggas, you hear me? Like, it ain't too many real niggas that got real stories, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna get those type of looks, cause, you know what I'm saying, you know, they're idolizing these niggas that's, you know what I'm saying, that's going against the code. You feel me? They got a lot of niggas that got real stories that can really, you know, could shape this bitch up. But some niggas can't get that opportunity because niggas, they're using these niggas like a science lab. Like, you want to see why a nigga done this here, why he snitched, why he folded, you heard me? But they got, you need to praise the real niggas and use them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, what made you stay silent? You know what I'm saying? What made you ain't fold? What made you know, like, you was going to be back? Like, prime example, you know what I'm saying? Like my people Buff. A nigga on a whole life sentence, never gave up. Nigga never gave up, bro, you heard me? But he fought them bitches. He found his loopholes, you heard me? Them stories like that, them the type of stories I want to hear.
That story should be praised.
Them the stories should be praised. Them niggas shouldn't be praised at all. Because I stand, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, bro. Like, I stand on business. I'm under the old law.
But it just show you the people that's even interviewing them people and like wanting to be around them. Like you could tell, but if they chasing, but the clickbait in a certain type of money, because it's the same thing in the streets. It's like if you're a rat and you like a nigga know you still got a plug or you got money, they got niggas still running behind them, knowing 9 times 10 he might rat on him too.
You can't. How could you? You know that's the thing.
That's crazy shit.
You can't trust a nigga that you know. And a nigga be like, oh, I ain't pop nobody from my hood. Niggas will say that type of shit and think that shit cool. Like, it ain't cool, nigga. Bitch, you's a rat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it gangster. When you're a rat, I'm cutting you off, bro. I don't give a fuck who you is, my nigga.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, just looking at how it is now, I saw a lot of people I thought was OG, but they still hang around certain shit, and it make me question them. Like, if you put like able like just say a person like Buff that did a life sentence and like beat it and came home and come home and hang with his partner, like, man, fucking still my partner, but he a rat. Like, everything that a person respected about you, but you lose that too. It be like, by what you affiliated with.
Yeah, bro, cause you got to cut that shit off, bro. It don't matter what y'all been through, my nigga. It don't matter what your relations is. You know what I'm saying? When you cross the game, bro, like, cause you know niggas like Buff, niggas like me, niggas like Joe, Sab, you know what I'm saying? My crew, like, niggas stand on principles, bro. And then you can't be introducing, you know what I'm saying? We just had a talk, man, my cousin, you heard me? Like, you can't introduce a nigga and don't tell a nigga what type of nigga this is. Cause once a nigga see him in a picture or something, nigga might become say, bro, you know dude? You hear me? Be like, yeah, man, that's homie people. Man, yeah, man, you know that nigga fucked up, man. Yeah? So now you gotta take that phone call. A nigga say, bro, like, why you ain't tell me such and such? Now when you explain to a nigga, you got to explain it like, yeah, Brian won't really, that's disrespect to a man, bro. That's disrespect to a man that stand on them type of principles. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Cause
Yeah,
if
but you made
got
me look bad.
Yeah, you made me look bad, bro. So now you lost all that respect and that loyalty that you had for that person. Just off of that one move. And not telling them who the fuck that person was. You know what I'm saying? And that's how niggas be getting crossed up and jammed up. You know what I'm saying? You riding with this nigga, dog, you don't even know what's on this nigga hat. You feel me? And that's just, you know, you got to understand the rules of the game of this shit, dog.
Yeah, that's facts. Well, let's jump back into the music thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, how you came up, I'm like, with your rap name?
I came on my rap name, man. Like, basically, Dirtlife is, you know, every syllable got a meaning to it. You feel me? Like, Dirtlife is, you know, drafting in rough times. You know, life is far from easy, or legends is forever. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's how I looked at it. In my situation, I was drafting in rough times. You feel me? And how I was living, life was far from easy from the shit that I was trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So when I finish doing what I'm getting, you hear me? I'm going to be a legend forever.
Gotcha. So for the people who never heard your rap, spit, whatever, you know, never heard your music at all, man, this your time, man. I want you to, you know, freestyle, or, you know, if you got one on top of the dome, I want you to let them have it.
All right, I'm going to, this called No Mentions, bro. This like something that's really depth to me, like, you hear me? That bitch go like, why they don't mention me? When it be talking about rap dudes, why they don't post my shit like I give a fuck about them views? Why they don't play my music in the club for my name to get a buzz? Where them interviews at, the podcast when reaching out. Did one for no rap cap, a bitch, I'm no rap cap. I talk about dope and getting money, that's my motivation. Sitting sideline, gossiping to get your blind side. Did some court cases, FBF came and turned it up. Anytime this mic in my hand, bitch, I'ma burn it up. California wildfire, bitch, I'm a live wire. Check my arteries, this shit is a part of me. Know some local rap artists, is all it need is a chance, but they gatekeeping. Don't want to see a nigga advance what I say, I mean it. This the fucking shit I was dreaming, hear the crowd screaming. Word for word like they wrote my shit. Bending over, looking for shows when getting booked it. But I still got that whip game, magical how I cook it. I'm seasoned with this rap shit, far from a rookie. Nigga ain't give me shit, everything, nigga, I took it. I'm lethal with this mic like a lethal injection. What you mean, nigga? I did it on my own without promotions, without them posting. DJs went spinning my shit, and I still made it in the industry, bitch. I'm a big dog. Did it for my niggas off the block who believed in dirt. Did it for my niggas in the casket under the dirt. I stayed consistent. How the fuck I ain't been mentioned with these jink ass fucking promoters? These niggas water whip like coke when it's mixed with the soda. I made my bag off the streets hand in hand with that Yoda. I stood on that fucking business like nigga I told you. You heard me? Ski, you know what's up.
Gotcha. Matter of fact, I'm glad you just mentioned that ski, man. I think it was a time that, you know, with Sexy Red and all them stuff ski, they was tagging you.
Yeah,
how you feel about
bro.
that situation, man? I don't know if you ever really like got all the way into that.
I ain't never really like dug into it. You heard me? First and foremost, I'm gonna just say it like this. You heard me? I salute girl, you know, for what she did off the record. I didn't handle it. You heard me? Cause one thing I can't really sit here and really try to such and such because I don't know her. You feel me? So it ain't nothing for me to really say outside of really bash up, really, you know what I'm saying, talk about it. But shit, I guess they people did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z said, man, you know, I made it a hot line and made it a hot song. You feel me? And that comes to the part where, like, the support system, you feel me? I knew when I said Ski Yee, and I was the first nigga to say that on the mic. I was the first nigga, literally.
I always heard it in the street. I ain't never heard it on
Yeah,
the mic.
it was in the streets. It's a hustle call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what hood do it. You know what I'm saying? We did it in my hood. I don't give a fuck. Nolazine, if y'all did it in y'all hood, I brought that bitch to the mic. You know what I'm saying? I brought life to that shit. You dig what I'm saying? So when I did it, it was a hustle call. You know, like when you see a cluck, you be like, ski. You hear me? Look, over here. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, look, over here, man, over here. You know what I'm saying? So it was a hustle call. So that's why when I did it, I had got it trademarked it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that. Everything got perfect timing to it, you hear me? You just got to know when you do it, you got to do it right. You hear me? So I'm not fucked up with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let that determine my career. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit happens. Everybody getting jacked. Bounce artists getting jacked. Y'all see it every fucking day. They doing it. You know what I'm saying? But the type of nigga I am, I got a story. You dig what I'm saying? Like, my story is my story. And this shit deep. So with them doing the ski thing, and I seen how football players was mentioning when they, you know what I'm saying, when they played it in the stadiums or whatever, that was my introduction of me coming into the industry. Because I knew the word ski was something different. It was unique. You know what I'm saying? It's just the word of it when you say it. It wasn't no such and such. When you really say that, bitch, you got to be like, ski. And that's what it is.
Right. The crazy part about it, I was just telling my son, I said, man, a lot of stuff y'all do now, but my generation didn't grow up on because when I was young, New Orleans was a trendsetter. Like, you know, we use words shive and all. It's not like, it'd be weird to me when I see like the young generation using shit from Atlanta and other things like calling each other twin and bro. I still be getting called like, I can't say that. I still gotta.
I still be on my nigga.
Yeah, I still. But like, you know, some people still kind of play on us. Come down here, think we still call each other Wardy too. So
yeah, like that's just so prehistoric. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, a lot of slangs come from the jailhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really don't be knowing that shit. Like, that was back then. Like when the homie made a song down here like "Add Me Up." You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga be in the jail, like, playing spades and shit. Nigga be like, man, add me up, man. Bitch, add me up. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit when it come down to this, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, with the ski situation, man, like, they was trying to make it controversial. You know, when the shit happened, I had got so many DMs that day. And they were like, man, you heard, you know, blue bop, 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 bop. And I'm looking at it, you hear me? I'm like, dog, like, how the fuck they got this? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, bro, listen, I've been listening to music since Slick Rick them, you know what I'm saying? Since old pioneers. I never heard nobody come on wax and say ski yee. When I first came home, man, every song I come on, you know what I'm saying, I'd be like, ski yee. Then I come with my move after that. That was my stamp. You know what I'm saying? And I had a song that I had wrote that I never had went drop that bitch. It was called A Definition of the Ski Yee. And I was going to really explain what the shit really meant. You see what I'm saying? And I went to seeing things in the switch up, you know what I'm saying, through that side of the interviews. So I was like, damn, it's like somebody really, you know, paying attention to me, you heard me? Like when niggas think them reels on them Instagrams and all, like I don't really know about that technology shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I stick to the basic, keep it going. I might tell Jay, look, man, do this for me, you know, tell Speed, you know what I'm saying, or Rhea or something like that. And I'd be like, but people be paying attention to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? When you grinding, you hustling, don't never think like, and you, when you think you that type of nigga and you saying something unique, niggas paying attention. I got another little thing that I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention to, and I done seen it, you heard me? I got another little thing I got going. They're gonna try to get on top of that too, though, you heard me? Like, yeah, and I feel I'm a real trendsetter with this shit.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, when you being yourself, somebody gonna try to copy.
Yeah, somebody gonna try to copy, bro, cause like, it's cool to get comparisons and shit like that, you heard me? Like, I like it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, a lot of people be seeing me, and like, they see me behind a tent or something, they be like, "Boy, I ain't lying, but I thought you was Juvenile." I been always told me that, like, Juvenile is definitely, one of my favorite artists too. You know what I'm saying? My favorite artists start from here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
And that's funny why you said, because Juvenile posted right behind you.
Oh God, look, look, I'm telling you, Juvie, that's my favorite artist. Cause I started my structure with music off of them dudes. Juvenile a good storyteller. You know what I'm saying? BG. You hear
BG
me?
behind you right there.
My dog Jeezy.
Directly.
Yeah, my dog Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Right there, you know what I'm saying? I got, that, you know what I'm saying, the gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? The gangster shit from Jeezy, you hear me? Like, I got the aggressiveness, you know what I'm saying, from Soulja Slim.
At the bottom.
Oh, my nigga Soulja, yeah. Right. Real talk, yeah, you hear me? So, them the type of dudes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I really started my shit, like, cause, I really grew up on BG heavy, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like even though Homer was from, the 13, you know what I'm saying? But I got people in the 13. Some of my partners from out the 13. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the Boo Boo and shit, you heard me? So, and that kind of shaped me musically, you know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Mean or Kango Slim, like, Kango Slim, I used to like the harmonizing, you know what I'm saying? That what made me harmonize.
Hey, but they behind you too. They up there.
Oh, that go the boy right there. Yeah.
Partners in crime.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's my dudes in them, man. I fuck with them boys too, though, bro. Tough, you hear me? For real, though.
Yeah, but I tell people, man, anywhere they got Section A and Buku niggas, we all relate to something.
Thanks.
Because I always, like, we used to have this ignorance. I think a lot of people had bad ignorance before Katrina, because, like, a lot of New Orleans people didn't travel that much. So we used to just go to all these places and feel like ain't nobody gonna do us nothing, touch us or tell us nothing. But I just told somebody, man, they gangsters everywhere. Anywhere, they got a bunch of niggas, or sometimes, fuck, in different countries. If you see a gang of motherfuckers staring at you, somebody like that.
They got gangster niggas everywhere, but it's just a type of shit that,
You gotta move with respect.
You gotta move with respect, first and foremost. It's just a thing like how, us as being from here, Louisiana, from New Orleans niggas, whatever, you heard me, is aggressive. We just a little more aggressive than others. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing, but then there be a lot of things, like, I'm gonna say this here, like they females though, they females just love a nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they love when a nigga talk, like,
all you gotta do is say baby.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. See, like
y'all gonna have a baby.
Yeah, you say have a baby, but see, they know one thing. See, when you really hit this type of note, like, yeah, man, what's sound with it? You heard me? Look, say baby, look, I'm trying to. She said, boy, where you from? You heard me? Like New Orleans. She said, I fucking knew it. You heard me? And it comes to the thing where they, they show the love, and like a lot of niggas from out of town, you know what I'm saying, they like to, you know what I'm saying, New Orleans niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because they just like the uniqueness of it, you heard me? Real.
Gotcha. So, being in this game, if I heard your freestyle, how you feel about the promoters and all these other people out here. So I want to ask you this, like, what do you enjoy most about this, and what do you actually hate about being one music artist?
I'm going to start off with what I don't like. I don't like that they don't really, like, pay attention to the locals, you hear me? Like, I travel a lot, you hear me? And so when I go out of town, same shit that we do down here, showcases and shit or whatever, the buildings be packed. They come out and support, you know what I'm saying, the local artists. Because you don't know which one of them niggas gonna be that Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? See down here, like, they don't really show up. It be like everybody a chief, bro. Like, everybody ain't a chief, my nigga. Somebody gotta be the Indian, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like the parts of, but like, when I say this here, like, me personally, I'm gonna speak on me. I don't ask a nigga for shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I look at it as, you can go pay a nigga to spin your tracks. You know, how long you gonna keep doing that? But you make a nigga respect you to where a nigga gonna play that bitch without you even having to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your work ethic. If you stay working and you stay consistent, nigga gonna recognize you. nigga gonna see who you is. Cause niggas see you working. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing. Everybody can feel like we cold. See, back in the day, it wasn't too many rappers. You see what I'm saying? Like, you had to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You have to be them types. See, today, it's a million of us. You feel me? But it only takes everybody be one song a week. Some niggas 10 songs a week. But your consistency is what a nigga see more than anything.
I tell rappers, I'm like, man, the game a little easier than back in the day. Shit really costs. Like,
you know,
but I tell people,
it's because of them phones, bro.
Yeah, and also I just tell people, man, the game, like, if I tell people, man, right now in 2025, if you got the chance, you still got all your music tucked, man, shoot a reel for every song. Throw that shit out there. You don't know what the fans,
bro. Like,
you don't know what the fans gonna fuck with.
Throw it out, because listen, back in the day, bro, like, them people wouldn't let anybody in. You know what I'm saying? They letting anybody in now. You can get in on TikTok. You can blow up all, you know what I'm saying? However you can blow up. Like, you had to blow up in person. Right. Like, you had to be hands on deck. It wasn't no that you could sit on the camera and just, pop your shit.
I tell people, man, if the last 10 people that actually made it to the industry, the people that made it, if they made it off blog posts. Hey, but off one headline and that bitch go viral, somebody could be in your DM. A Yo Gotti, or QC, or Coochie, man. Some like shit could change off of your phone.
And see, it's the game like this here now, right? You got to be able to invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the game right now. If you ain't investing in yourself, my nigga, you ain't gonna be in the same rooms with niggas that you think you can be in. Like, you can't just get in a room with certain people, bro. Like, if you ain't really investing in yourself, investing in your craft, you ain't gonna get in the rooms. But I must say, what I hate about the game is that they're not giving niggas opportunities. They're not giving niggas a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got niggas working for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be looking at shit, I might not comment, but I be watching shit. And certain niggas I really got relationships with, and I can hear the frustration in them. You know what I'm saying? Like Cutter Black. Jay Black, that's my dog. That nigga nice. He different. He been working. How he been missed? You know what I'm saying? How he been missed? Like my homie. I seen him do something different. I fuck with that nigga when I see him. It's big love. My dog, Lil Wildlife. He different. You know what I'm saying? Like, how y'all missing these type of niggas? You know, I did 14 years in the federal, bro. I came home, I've been working, bro. Like, I gave myself an opportunity. I've been working, I ain't miss a beat, stay consistent. How y'all miss a nigga like Dirtlife? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Like, I don't ask niggas to do nothing for me, dog. Like, I really work. You know what I'm saying? That's the part about it, you hear me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you recognize a nigga journey and my struggle, you should appreciate me, dog. Right. Because if I've recognized your shit, I'm going to appreciate you.
Yeah, I just think the game is also changing too. It's like, it ain't about your music no more. It's about your personality. It's what you selling. It's like these people really looking for people to go on an interview and say some crazy clown ass shit to get on. It's like, the shit ain't really about how you selling records no more. It's like, hey, but how can we make a clown of you and make you like,
nigga, that's what I was about to say just now. It's about how you can make yourself look like a clown.
Right.
They respect clowns. They respect characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, some niggas really stand on business. Like, some niggas activated in the streets, bro. Like, rapping is a thing to do, but you got some niggas that's really active with, with the street game. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though niggas making music, they got niggas really, you know what I'm saying?
I tell people, down here in New Orleans, shit, even if you ain't in the street, you close to jumping in it, cause like, there's no money here.
There's no money.
You gotta make money the best way you can. Like, I even tell people, like, even like people like, man, how dangerous New Orleans is. I say, don't underestimate nobody. Like, you don't know what a person been through or how they move. Like, matter of fact, you fuck around and be their first kill. You just don't know. You just gotta move with respect and move different.
You gotta move with respect, bro. Like, niggas gotta stand on respect, bro. Like, it don't matter who you think you is, what you did back in the day, bro. Nothing don't matters. But the only thing that matters is right now. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta outsmart everybody. You gotta make it back home.
This bitch a real chess game, bro. Like, checkers is easy to move. Like, it's only certain ways you can go with checkers. If you ain't really got the queen, you can't fly across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to move here. It's one move. You got to move here. You got to figure yourself out how you can get over there and get that motherfucking other checker to put on top of that checker. But when you playing chess, you got the rooks that's going to open that bitch up. Then you got the knight. You know, you got the bishop going this way. You know what I'm saying? You got the queen, and you got all these other pieces trying to protect the king. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when they say life is a chess game, it's definitely a chess game, but it's about how you move the pieces too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you move the pieces, bro. And when I say, like, I was already having my own little buzz, like, you hear me? And then, you know, a good friend of mine, you hear me? Shout out to Keon, you hear me? And she was mentioning to me about this chick Freestyle, you hear me? And I'm like, Freestyle? I'm like, I don't know her, you hear me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really move around like
Hey,
that.
but shout out Freestyle.
And so, find out her and Freestyle is good friends, you know what I'm saying? And so, she was like, man, I want you to, you know, introduce to her, you hear me? Like, she introduced me to Freestyle. And Freestyle was basically like, why he ain't never come across my desk? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I got, you know, the communication with Freestyle, you know, that became like my sister. You see what I'm saying? Like, anything she did, it was involving me. It's my energy. It's my impact. You know what I'm saying? I had a vision with this shit. You dig what I'm saying? So it was coming to the point to where some people fall off with the support because the way she support me. Because, like, one thing about girl is, like, if you making them type of adjustments, you know, the game come with adjustments. If you ain't really adjusting, you know what I'm saying, you stuck in the same spot. If I'm looking at myself as an A&R, if you ain't really moving, bro, like, you know, we gonna be stuck in the same spot. So the moves that I was making, and we was talking on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people was getting misconstrued because of the relationship. That is my real sister, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I showed her different in me as an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Coming as an artist, like, I was the first nigga to really, you know, to bring her to a concert. You know, backstage action. You know, we was out there in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I had opened up, like, you know, I opened up for Rod 49. It was NLE Chopper, Honcho, and, you know, Gates. You see what I'm saying? And that was big, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even cry, nigga. Like, it was tears of joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was some shit I was talking when I was locked up, incarcerated. You hear me? Like, everything I was talking about, like, I was predicting everything that I was going to do when I came home. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, and some things you got to look at it and you got to format that shit yourself. You feel me? It's like, and I took the format of Rod Wade. You know what I'm saying? Rod Wade was incorporating itself on Kevin Gates' tours. You see what I'm saying? Now look at Rod Wade now. From where he come from, opening up from Kevin Gates. You see what I'm saying?
He invested in himself.
He invested in himself. So what I'm doing, sometimes I don't even gotta perform. I just want to be in that vicinity. Right. You see what I'm saying? So when we did the Carolina joint with Gates, I shot back, we shot to Alabama. You see what I'm saying? It was, you know, everything was for Gates. You hear me? He brought out K-Camp. You know what I'm saying? I got up there, rocked that bitch, and you know what I'm saying? When you got fucking people that you don't know, be like, man, we love you, Dirtlife. It's in Alabama. We love you, Dirtlife, man. Come back to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Alabama. Big shout out to Carolina. Like, I seen people on the streets and were like, man, that's your boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, niggas pulling up on him and say, bro, I ain't lying, bro. Say, bro, you did your thing. You heard my lights, your energy. You know what I'm saying? So boom, we come and do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking you through the journey now. So that type of shit was like, I'm like, man, I'm fucking with this. I love this shit. You hear me? Now I'm seeing what I was already predicting. So we come from that. I go to Lafayette in the Cajun Dome. You hear me? I do another opening with Boss Man D-Lo. You see what I'm saying? And it's, you know, it's like those credentials and those type of like content. You know what I'm saying? That get people to start you know, seeing what you got going
opening
on.
their eyes.
It's starting to open their eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to give people something to believe in what you're doing, so they can believe in you.
But I always tell artists, everybody, not even just artists, just anybody, media,
Joe, you got
people doing
drinking
interviews. Man, I tell them it's basically, man, if you travel, people gonna support you.
They gonna support you.
I say
man.
people gonna support. Like I say, hey, but your support and your people is not from your city.
Man, that's how it go though, bro. And that's the real of that shit. You heard me?
I told somebody because somebody was like got mad at me. I said, man, I'm thinking about quitting rap interviews, and they like, man, just keep traveling. I said, and guess what? That's the people that supported from the beginning.
And they got niggas like me with stories.
Right. Around the world.
Around the world. I'm
I'm
gonna tell you some G shit though, Nola. Our last, not the last show, but the show before the show we just did. We was in Bloomington, Illinois. Man, big shout out to the homie Kevin Gates, you heard me? Big shout out to the homie BWA Ryan, and big shout out to DJ Chose, you heard me? Big shout out to BWA all around the board, man. The homie Booby Black, you heard me?
Shout out Booby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had went on the page, right? Because some people was asking me about tickets. So I had went Google. So that bitch said Kevin Gates and friends, DJ Chose and Dirtlife. So I said, hold up. I said, what the fuck? I did like this here. So I'm looking at Ticketmaster.
You on the ticket?
I'm on the ticket, my nigga. Niggas don't get on the ticket. This ain't Eventbrite. Nigga, this Ticketmaster.
I ain't lie to you, I tell people, man. But I ain't never really meet Kevin Gates, but Booby
Booby a solid nigga.
Booby is the definition of OG, man. Everywhere I travel around the world, Booby opened the doors for me. Like even me going to Orlando, I interviewed 10 artists in the studio. Booby opened up for me.
Bro, listen, the homie Booby, a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the crazy part is I've been knowing Booby since Key West with him and Slugger. That's what got me in the club.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's the OG homies that was in the federal. Like, you know, shout out to my homie Tricky. You heard me, Troy and Lawrence.
Oh, but you was in the feds with Booby?
Nah, I had missed Booby in the feds, but he was in there with the homie Tricky. You know, Glenn Mess, man. Big shout out to the homie. You know what I'm saying? Nap. You know them the old heads. You heard me? And you know, Booby was gone. You know what I'm saying? So when it come down, like, you know, and I'm seeing it, and I finally got the opportunity to really, you know, catch up with him when he was doing a book signing and shit like that in Alabama. Mm-hmm. So we shot the breeze. We went to the club that night. You know what I'm saying? The homie BWA Ryan, you know, got the whole team to come through, you heard me? We went over there, fuck with them niggas for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was big love. It was big love and everything, like, you feel me? So, you know, with the Bloomington, Illinois, like, it was so gangster, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? To see a nigga name on Ticketmaster, my nigga, like, I felt like I had won a Grammy, you hear me?
Hey, but he didn't have to do that.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? For me, an unknown artist, underground artist, unsigned, all that type of shit, bro, like, you know, that's huge for a nigga, you hear me? Right. And that gave me a boost of such and such and how I maneuvered the game. We was in Bloomington, like, them people really made me, like, I don't be thinking as a celebrity, but they really they embraced me as a celebrity. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there like, nigga, I ain't lying. I ain't turn the camera down.
If that make you want to come back home,
yeah,
huh?
Fucking right. Every camera pulled up, taking pictures, videos, such and such, and dig what I'm saying? And then through the course of that, come across some people from Bloomington. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my girl Skylar. You hear me? They brought us to a little spot called Cadillac Jack's. We went through that bitch, you know what I'm saying? We turned up the whole night. Man, I'm talking about big love. You know, people knocking on the window, waving, and you know what I'm saying? Shit like that you did. Then you know what happened? Turned around, Cadillac Jacks wound up booking me to come back to Bloomington. You know what I'm saying? Like, off the top, when we went there, they showed us so much love to the big bottles of Hennessy. You hear me? Gave us 4 big old bottles, put us in a section. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
And I tell people, I seen that. Like, but I've been through the chilling circus with a lot of people in all kind of places. And I tell people, man, people actually just wait for you to travel and just meet them. And they gonna support you.
See, bro, they be waiting on you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't be knowing. And, like, You say this here, like we just come from Jacksonville, Florida, right? You know, shout out to my girl, you hear me, Didi. Like, people flew from Illinois to come see a nigga in Jackson. From Carolina to come see a nigga in Jackson. All these little states that a nigga didn't touch, you know what I'm saying? We get in Jacksonville, you know what I'm saying? Running to the home at BG, you hear me? We chopping that bitch up. You hear me? Look, shout out to the fucking home in Menace, man. Straight up. Menace.
Shout out Menace, man.
Man, Menace my dog,
Solid.
you hear me? Solid nigga. You know? And then, like, I sent my dog out there. I said, man, look, I said, go tell that boy Gates, man, Dirtlife, you know, such and such. He don't know what's going on, though. You like, say Gates on Dirtlife over there. Gates cut him. He said, man, I know what that is, man. That's my dog. You ever know that bitch being the cut low key, he don't say much. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, the relationships, bro.
Right.
The relationships is everything. Like, when you get that relationship, it's letting you know you network and niggas gonna feel your energy. Like, you know, Gates is a, you know, nigga be like, homie, down to earth nigga. You know what I'm saying? He gonna feed off your energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't really embrace people, you feel me? But the embrace is cause of, you know, my energy, you hear me? That universe. Like BWA Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I'm on his mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? He dropped his mixtapes and shit, you heard me? And when you be a part of those type of people, you know what I'm saying? Them people really look at you different. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, you know that character. Don't pretend be that character that you know you is already. Cause them dudes is regular dudes just like you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
And people just be looking for some genuine and just move off respect. If you move off
Yeah.
respect, you'll make fall.
Yeah,
Like, man, I travel this world by myself, jumping the car with all kind of niggas. Man, I'm moving off of me and God and respect.
And that's
Like,
a fact, bro.
Yeah, I don't be tripping on nothing.
that's-
But, you know, but like I tell people, you know, your fans ain't in your city. Like, but your city go support you for real once
Right.
once they see everybody else rocking with you.
Want to see everybody follow. Like, you know, when I came across BG, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just go at home and like, man, what's down, homie? Look, I'm trying to get a feature, you know, boop bop bop, and no, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We went to talking about when I got in the conversation, we was on the yard. We went straight federal with it. You see what I'm saying? We chopping up what we chopping up on, and we went federal with it. You hear me? And that's what, you know, and that's just how shit take place for a nigga, dog. Real talk.
Gotcha. And also, you know, with all that being said, you know, we done ran a lot of shit today here for everybody watching this.
Right.
But like, what's next for you?
What's next, man? I got I put it out there, but I think I'm gonna take it down because I got some more shit to do to it. You heard me? I got the underground goat. You know what I'm saying? Going on. It's like, you know what I'm saying, and how I look at it from my journey, my travel. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the showcases. You know what I'm saying? And being in these arenas. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? That underground goat right now, I got it on. You know what I'm saying? It's in my bio. You heard me? Like, it's got it up there to where you can support it 99 cents. You know, pure song, you know, the whole album, 9.99. You know, you can go out there and you can purchase that, you heard me? Like, yeah, that bitch something that, you know, you can fuck with. Cause I did a few new things that people probably don't normally see me do, you heard me, on that album.
Gotcha. And also, last but not least, tell the world, like, what can they find you on social media and everywhere else?
Man, you can find me on social media. I make it real simple for you motherfuckers, you heard me? I don't know about the underscores or none of that. Just tap in Dirtlife and I promise I'm pulling up, you heard me? Dirtlife, the way, DAWAY, you heard me? And shit like that, man. And yeah, man, you know, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you know, Bip Bop, you heard me? Whatever that shit is, man. This, you heard me? You heard me? Just put that bitch in, man. That bitch gonna pop up, man. And big shout out to my fucking dog, man. You heard me? First Class Rawson, man. Who, you know what I'm saying, be holding me down with the recordings and all that shit, you dig? Like, yeah, bro, for sure, though.
If you